everyone, how are you guys doing today? So I am finally back on YouTube again after being banned for 2 weeks because I uploaded a video speaking against poaching and game hunting of animals, but that video got falsely flagged and removed again under the guise of hate speech, and so I received 2 strikes where I wasn't allowed to do anything on YouTube for um, 2 weeks, and if I get a third strike, my channel will get terminated. So I'm finally back now. I want to share with you guys a really important story that many of you might have heard by now. It's going viral all over the place. So, the story I want to share you is about this Asian man who recently got racially attacked or taunted in San Francisco. Now, I haven't seen the video yet. It's just a story I came across through social media, through the black content creator pages that I follow. But this Asian man was getting harassed in San Francisco, most likely because of his race, because he's an Asian man. And it was probably a bunch of teenagers who did this because, teenagers are very, very, very wild. They get caught up in that kind of craziness in contrast to adults who are more behaved and mature. So I reckon it was some teenagers, white teenagers, who mistreated and abused this elderly Asian man. And so soon after, this television series called The Real. It's a panel show featuring women who come together and discuss social issues that's happening in the U.S. So these women got together and made a rebuttal against that attack. This Asian woman, I don't know what her name is, but she was the one discussing and speaking against racism against Asians, as well as black women. All right, there were black women alongside her who were also speaking against this. But this is what I'm going to say about this. Asians are starting to realize and see that white people are not their friends. Okay, they were never ever their friends. All right, a lot of them are coming to a realization and awakening, and are seeing the nature of these demons, these pale skinned demons, for who they are. And I hope a lot more Asians will wake up and realize their true nature, because Asians have been participating against the oppression of black people. All right, they've been working alongside white people to participate against the oppression of black people worldwide. All right, you hear of these stories of these Asians who set up beauty supply stores in black communities, beat up black women, choke them to the ground, and you hear of these Asian police officers who shoot innocent black men, like this innocent black man back in 2014 who got shot by this Asian dude in New York named Peter Liang, and also in Florida, another Asian dude working as a police officer shot this innocent black man. Alright, and you also see the stuff they're doing in Africa. They're colonizing Africa. They're mistreating and exploiting African people. They established Chinese restaurants in Africa that African people aren't allowed in, which is just utterly ridiculous. But these Asians are starting to see for themselves that white people don't have their backs. Alright, they're nothing but tools and puppets and mouthpieces for white people, because we all know These demons are weak, which is why they have to use other minorities, other groups of people, um, to oppress black people. All right, because they don't have the power themselves to oppress black people. They are weak. All right, they're cowards. That's why white men always depend on the gun for to protect himself. All right, because without his gun, the white man is defenseless and powerless. All right, a lot of Asians, and I hope a lot more, realize this and also speak out and acknowledge the anti-black sentiment that's going around their communities as well. All right, it's not just enough for Asians to speak against the oppression of their people. They gotta also, and it's not just enough for Asian men to speak out against these stereotypes that are being done against them to emasculate them. All right, they gotta speak out also against the oppression of black people, because black people had the backs of these Asians. Alright? It was black people who fought for the rights and freedoms for Asians. Alright? Asians were never ever allowed in the US. Alright? Until 1965, around the civil rights movement, it was black people who fought for the rights of Asians to come to this country. Alright? And live a good life. To pursue the so-called American dream. Alright? It was black people who did that. Black people actually, for in history, have been caping for Asians. All right, I've read what do you call this? I read an excerpt. I read an excerpt by Frederick Douglass speaking against racism and the oppression of Asians. All right, black people like Frederick Douglass have been caping for Asians. And you also see in this show panel, black women caping for that elderly Asian man who got harassed, all right, assaulted. And what do black people get in return by these Asians? Mistreatment. All right, that's what black people get from these Asians in return. All right. I hope a lot of you Asians who are watching this video become more smarter, know your history, and realize that black people have had your backs and defended you. All right, black people mean you no harm. All right, it's these white people who you need to stay away from. All right, because they mean you no good. Okay, they're just using you. All right. But they don't really love you because they don't have love in their hearts. Okay, they're evil, they're wicked, they're reprobates. I hope you a lot of you Asians understand that. All right, don't be coming to my channel saying that I'm a self-hater. I cape for black people but not Asians. You don't fight. You look, if you're going to speak up against racism, you don't fight racism with racism. Okay. Because that's just hypocritical, alright? I've said it in my previous videos about Asians, alright? You don't have the right to, you don't have no say about you experiencing racism when you're talking shit about black people and doing the stuff to black people, what you're doing now, alright? You Asians need to come together and speak out against the injustices that a lot of your people are doing against black people. Alright? Because I don't see enough. Alright? I do not see enough. Alright? I hope a day comes where Asians will realize their mistakes, will acknowledge their mistakes, their transgressions, stand alongside black people and fight alongside black people against this evil system of pinkism. Alright? Because at the end of the day, all white people care about are themselves. Okay? They don't care about you Asians, whom a lot of you are white worshippers and are just dying to go through these plastic surgeries just to look Caucasoid, color your hair blonde, and bleach your skin to become like these demons. Alright? They've also taught you to hate yourself. They've also taught you, just like how they've taught black people, they've taught you to have a disgust for your culture and assimilate to their destructive way of living and culture. Alright? I hope a lot of you Asians enlighten. Alright? I'm starting to see a lot of you awaken. But I hope all of you awaken and speak out against the injustices that's going around the world, especially against black people. Alright? Because you owe black people respect. Okay? Black people do not deserve the stuff that you're doing to them. Alright? They've had your backs. A lot of them are willing to be your friends. But what do you give them in return? Disrespect and mistreatment. And that's why a lot of black people stay away from you and have animosity towards you. Alright? Because you're participating against their oppression. This needs to stop. Alright? Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you guys this important news. I hope you make this go viral. And I hope a lot of you Asians who are watching this video also make this video go viral and speak out against the injustices that's happening against melanated people. All right. If you're going to talk about racism that's happening to you, you also have to acknowledge the wickedness of your people. So, this is all I wanted to say about this. I'll see you guys on the next video.